In this session, I'm going to walk you through Facebook like campaigns. I'm going to talk about what is a like, why do we run like campaigns, and how long do we run a like campaign before things you need to do before you run that like campaign, getting your image ready, and the ad copy, what you say, and then I'm actually going to walk you through and help you launch your very first like campaign. So I already covered this in one of the other sessions, but basically a like is someone who goes to your Facebook page or they see one of your articles and they hit the like button, and that means that they're following you on Facebook. That means that your posts, when you post to Facebook, can show up in their Facebook news feed. So likes are really, really important, and it's like almost like building an email list. It's building your followers. And so when you post to Facebook, your post will show up on their page. And so that's how you get a lot of free traffic, and that's how you get the viral traffic started. So when you first get started, you have 0 likes on your Facebook page, and the goal is to be able to get that up to thousands of likes and even millions someday. So it's a process that takes time, and I'm going to show you how to kind of get the ball rolling and explain exactly what we do. So we run them because it gives you a jump start on your site, in addition to what I already just said, and it helps you get to that first ad account threshold of $25. So it's important to understand, if you watch the videos of how to set up your Facebook ad accounts, you're starting to build up a trust relationship with Facebook, and that first $25 charge is kind of an important thing because they're sending you some traffic, you're paying them, they know that they're going to get paid. So we kind of run those and spend $25 so that we can build that trust relationship. And it also gets you your first experience with using the Facebook ad interface. Now, before you run a like campaign, you got to make sure that you have content on your page. Make sure your Facebook page has content. So here's my test site that I'm doing about all things, and you need to make sure you have actually content on your site, that you have posts, images, different things on your page, so that people, you can run like campaigns. Because when you hit a like campaign, people are going to go to the page and they're going to see it, and they want to make sure that hey, I'm hitting like because I want to see things from this website. So it's important that you actually have some content, and if you've been following the system, you'll have a lot of content already on your page. How long do we run the like campaigns? Well, we usually spend $25 to $50 on like campaigns, just enough to kind of get us through that first Facebook payment threshold. You're probably going to get 20 likes, 30, 40 likes from your like campaign. You could get a lot more than that as well, but we generally turn them off after that, as we're going to start doing promoted posts, and that will get us our likes. So let's talk about our image. So there's going to be an image that you're going to get ready, that you're going to upload into Facebook here in just a few minutes, and this is the image that's going to get people to click to like your page. And so you want something really attractive, something that's cute, and it depends what your audience is. So when I say cute, I mean my audience. I'm going after our target audience that we talked about a lot of. I'm going after women 40 to 65, women 30 to 65, and it's cute puppies. Like, everyone loves a cute puppy, right, with a big old tongue hanging out. Now, depends on what your page and your theme is about. You could have a completely different image. So your image needs to really kind of match the audience that you're targeting. Now I'll show you an example here, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to launch this example. So where can you get these images from? Well, we already talked about this in previous, in the content sections. Just make sure that the image that you're going to run is not like a copyrighted image, that you have permission to run it. So I got this image from hotwallpapersforfree.com. I grabbed this one. There's tons of free images out there. Just make sure that they actually really are free. So this is just a cute one that I got from there. And so the size of your image, Facebook has an article here that kind of talks about the size for the different images for different ads. For page likes, it's 1200 by 444. I don't stress too much about that because make sure it's about 1200 or something. When we upload the image, they give us an option to crop it. So just try to get as close as you can to about 1200 in size. So what to say in your ad copy. This is the key. Your image is what's going to attract people there, and then what you say in it. So let's talk a few minutes about what you actually say on a like ad. So this one says, this is the very first like campaign I did. Like happy things, then like our page. We promise to bring a smile to your face and a hug to your heart. Aboutallthings.com, it's a website. So I'll tell you why I targeted this and used these keywords here. So one thing I like to do is ask questions. So you're asking someone to like something. So if I was doing like a motorcycle site, I would say, like Harley Davidson's, then like our site, then like our page. Okay? Like babies, then like our page. Like being a parent, then like our page. So I found that that works extremely well when getting likes. Then do a call to action, like I said. So it's question, call to action. Like dogs, then like our page. Like cute videos, then like our page. Like viral videos, then like our page. So the one thing you need to understand is I always try to put some kind of trust factor. You know, remember, these people are going to like your page. They know nothing about you. They've just seen an ad on Facebook and they're going to hit the like button. And now they're giving you permission to show, feeds on their page. So we promise to bring a smile to your face and a hug to your heart. So I kind of give them a promise. Hey, if you like us, we're going to give you something. So that's just kind of my general guidelines of doing a like campaign. The thing with like campaigns is like campaigns have changed a lot over the years. A couple of years ago, you could do like campaigns and get them for really, really, really cheap. And now the prices have gone up quite a bit. And that's why we only run a small amount of them, because you're going to get more likes. But it is important to run a like campaign for the reasons that I mentioned above. So let's go ahead. I'm going to walk you through launching your first like campaign. Now I'm going to let you know, if you haven't gone through the videos yet, the training sessions about setting up your Facebook ad accounts the right way, don't go any further, because you need to get your Facebook ad accounts set up correctly. Now in this video, I'm going to show you going through your business manager Facebook ad account, but you can do the same thing in your personal ad account. So if you don't have your ad account yet, go back, watch those videos, get your ad accounts. So once you have your ad accounts, come back here and let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to log in at business.facebook.com. So the first thing I'm going to do is at the top right hand corner, there's a little button there that says create ad. It's green usually, and it's going to bring you up to a page like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is click right here where it says promote your page. Now again, sometimes Facebook changes the screens and the way things look, and so if you're watching this later and it doesn't look exactly like this, just go look for a thing that says promote your page, and usually it's got that thumbs up thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create what's called a campaign. Okay, so I usually keep it like this, page likes, and you're going to learn that as you create ads, you're going to have all these campaigns, you're going to be organized. And so I just keep it as page likes, but when you do other things in the future, you're going to name them a very specific name. So campaign name is going to be page likes. I'm going to hit continue there. Now, the thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose my Facebook page. So I've got to go down and choose aboutallthings.com. All right, and then the next thing is to create my audience. Now this is the whole thing behind Facebook ads, and we'll have a separate training video just about creating audiences. But for this one, what I want you to do is figure out what your image is going to be and what you're going to say on your ad. And we went over that just a few minutes ago, because that's important about your audience. Now, my audience, I'm going to target on this one, is going to be in the United States, and I'm going to do, for this particular one, I'm going to do women, and I'm going to do 40. Let's do 40 to 65, and what happens is it starts to tell you how big your potential reach is. So right now I haven't put any interest, and it's like 49 million people. That's way too big of an audience. So here in the United States, and now I'm going to go ahead and go to the different interests here. Okay, so I'm going to type in, for example, when I ran this like campaign before, and I thought the reason I did my things is I thought I'm going to target little things, because I like that website. A lot of people our sites look a lot like Little Things, and so I typed in Little Things and it was there. And my potential reach was about 36 to 9,500 people a day, and the audience was pretty broad on that one. But I'm not going to do Little Things this time. I'm going to it looks like it popped in some things automatically for me there earlier, so it'll do that. If it does that, take those out. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good thing to notice. It put it had put some other interests in there, so if you're like, whoa, what the heck, so I go take those out. So now it's saying that my interest potential reach is 11,000 people per day, and I have a budget amount in there, and I think it's got a budget of about $25. I'm not going to do a $25 budget. I'm actually going to switch this to $5. Okay, now you may switch it to $5 to start out with. You may do like $5 a day for 5 days. So I'll come back and cover that in a second. Let's go back to the interest. So now it's saying that I'm going to reach about 310 to 820 people on Facebook each day. I'm not going to do Little Things. I decided that when I ran this campaign before, my clicks were a little higher than I want them to be. So I'm going to try something a little different. And I'm actually going to target dogs on this one. So people who love pets and dogs. And because my picture is of a dog, let's target dog. Dog lovers. Let's do this one. Dog lovers. So it's people who love dogs. Okay? And you can hover over it and it'll tell you people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to dog lovers. Okay? You could do I love dogs. It just kind of depends. You could do a lot of these different interests. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just do something kind of interesting. I'm just going to do dogs. People who are interested in dogs. Now you notice that these are like job titles, employment. You definitely don't want to do that. Schools. You have to be really careful what the interest that you're targeting. So your audience is still being populated, but you can continue defining audience details and creating your ad set. So I've never seen that before, but that's okay. I'll come back here and target this again. Maybe I'll come and put this in dog lovers. I'll come put that in. Let's see if we can get that to change. There we go. It changed it there. So you can put a couple interests in there, but I've generally found that for like campaigns, it's okay to put a couple more interests. But when we do different likes, we do different targeting for our promoted posts, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I do want you to notice something. You can do like different demographics as well. So you can say, I want to do people who like dogs, but I want to exclude people that like pit bulls. I don't know. That's just an example. Yeah. I don't want to target pit bull people. Exclude pit bull people, if I wanted to do something like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and target, I think dog lovers is an actual page. So I'm going to go ahead and just target dogs. People who like dogs. Facebook page. And you know what? Let me just, for the heck of it, I'm going to do another one. Viral videos. I just want you to see this. So people that like funny viral videos, music and videos, funny viral videos. These are all different pages that people are doing. So for example, if I had a page about funny videos and that, I would do that. So I'm just going to leave this one at dogs. Okay? And people that exclude people who like your page. So this is an important thing because you don't want to run these ads to people that have already liked your page. So if this doesn't populate it. So you're going to exclude people who already have liked your page. So let's go back and review this a little bit. So I'm targeting United States, women 40 to 65. And this one interests people that are just interested in dogs. And it's estimating I'll get about 830 to 2,200 a day on Facebook. And I'm excluding my page as well. Now the next thing is where is this going to be placed? This is going to be on mobile feeds, okay? It's going to be on desktop and desktop right column. So you can play around with this. I usually just leave it on for all three, but when we do ads for running promoted posts, we're going to do it very differently. If you want, you can uncheck desktop and desktop right column, but I'm going to go ahead and leave all three of these on because this is just a light campaign, and I already know that this is just a part of my business. I'm going to do daily budget of $5, and this is the interesting thing to really keep track of. Set a start and end date. So if I want to run this for 5 days, I would run this and I would put it 5 days in the future. Now I'm going to just choose run my ad set continuously though, because I've found that I like to do that, but then you also have to make sure you remember, if I want to go turn this off at 5 days, I've got to go remember to do that. But you can put a start date and an end date, and you can actually put a start time on here. Now, I'll mention this right now, and I'm going to mention it again in another video, is that we start a lot of our posts, not necessarily the light campaigns, but the promoted posts, we like to start them at midnight. So many times we will use this and we'll start them at midnight, and we'll explain that when we go through the promoted posts. But for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and run it continually, and say if I ran this for a whole week, I'd be spending $35 a day. And then I just leave everything else alone here, bid amount automatic, that's important, and just leave everything else default. And then it has something called an ad set name. Now, in our video earlier when we talked about the red light, green light spreadsheet and tracking things, we generally like to put things in the ad set name. This one, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it alone. US women 40 plus, I'm just going to leave that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue here. Now it's going to come up and it's going to suggest an image for me, and I'm just going to take that out because generally you don't want to use the image that it comes up there. So you can do an image, you can do a video, you can do a slideshow. So if you want to play around with it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my image and download that image. So I'm back at my happy puppy wallpaper, and I just right click on that and I just say save image as. I'm just going to save it to a little folder that I call demo, and I'm just going to have it open here on my other screen over here. So we're going to use that here in just a moment. So let's switch back to our ads here, and I'm going to hit upload image, and there it is. I'm going to choose it, select it, and it's going to upload the image there. And this one says it's 600 by 337, and it gives you an option here if you want to crop it. So what it does is it kind of already sets aside the size that it's going to show. So I generally kind of will resize it like this. Just get most of the puppy with his tongue hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and hit done. So it's cropped the image. Now the next thing is what's actually going to be in the ad. So it's going to automatically put things in here for you, and we're going to go ahead and change those because you don't want to just run it just like that. So if you remember, I've ran this ad once before, so I'm going to go ahead and run an ad again similar like this. And one of the reasons I did it like this before is because I was targeting little things. It said like happy things, then like our page. Well, I'm going to change it up a little bit because I'm going to be targeting dogs this time instead of little things. So right here, I'm going to go over to text. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and type this in. So what I put this time was like dogs, then like our page. We promise to bring a smile to your face, make sure it's right, and a hug to your heart. And actually, that's a good example that I had a misspelled word in there, because if you put a misspelling word, your ad will get disapproved eventually, if it doesn't get approved immediately. So it's always important to make double, triple check your spelling. Okay, now one thing you could do is just say like dogs, then like our page. We've had success with that one as well. Now I want you to see something here. On the right hand side, it's showing this is what it's going to look like on a desktop news feed. So if someone's, on their computer, this is what it's going to look like. Click here on mobile news feed. This is what's going to look on somebody's mobile on their phone. And then the desktop right column, this is what it's going to look like on the right column. So you'll notice that it doesn't show all the words. And that's important as you're writing your ads to kind of understand and what you're targeting. So you just kind of get an idea of the, what everything's going to look like. So now I look here and I'm just going to double check everything there. If I wanted to add another photo, I could, and it would rotate those out. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like this. I'm going to go ahead and I could hit review order, and review order is going to pop this up, and that's always a good thing to do. And look at your ad set name. I'm going to the United States, $5 daily. It's going to run indefinitely. Everything's automatic. It's impression CPM, which you want to leave it at. And then the ad name is just going to be about all things page likes. Well, that's fine for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and hit place order. Now it's going to say processing your order. This may take a few minutes. Now, if this is the very first time you've ever done anything on Facebook, it's going to take a while for your ad to get approved. Many times it can get approved immediately, but sometimes it can take even up to 24 hours. We've had even other people say up to 48 hours, but it's usually faster than that. Now, I could go create a similar ad right now if I wanted to by clicking this, but I'm not going to. But it could come up and I could split test it. I could run a couple different ads in there. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue here. So now what's going to show me is I'm inside my campaign and my ad was already approved. Because my account has already been running, yours sometimes will say approved, but even though it's approved, there might not be traffic running to it yet. So again, it might not actually be approved yet. And so sometimes if it says active, it can still not be getting any likes or that. So this is what I just say. Spend the $5 and then just kind of sit back and maybe check it once or twice during the day, and you'll just kind of see things. And if it gets, for some reason, if it's disapproved, go look at it. But I mean, the bottom line is it's for page likes. Unless you're doing something crazy or saying something crazy in your words, it's pretty hard to get disapproved. But you do need to understand the Facebook rules. Now, if you needed to go edit anything, you can just click on what's called the ad set name. And it'll come in here and it'll actually show the ad. And you'll get to see all the likes and everything, and you'll get to see the statistics. And the one thing you can do is you can click the preview button here. It'll actually show you a preview, and you can actually see what it'll look like in your actual desktop. So you can go here and see what that will look like. This is what people will actually see. That's kind of a cool feature. And you can see what it'll look like on the right-hand side. So there you go. That's how that runs. Like I said, just kind of in review, that like campaigns are not like the strategy that we use to build our audience. We're going to build our audience more with promoted page posts, but again, we do this to run our ads and to get our ad account started, to start to get some likes, but then we turn them off because they're not like they used to be. Now let me show you how you would turn this off. You could turn it off in a couple of ways. You go into at the top there where it says campaign, you could just toggle that button and it'll turn it off. So it is important because if it's running, it's going to be spending money. So this is a business of where you are going to need to monitor things, keep control of your budgets, and make sure that you have an eye on things. Well, that's it. That's like campaigns, and then you'll come back the next day and you'll start getting some page likes and some people following you, and you get your ad account warmed up, and then we can proceed on with our next steps. I would recommend that you wait to do the next step that I'm going to show you, a promoted page post, until at least 24 hours have gone by. and that you're starting to get some likes and everything works out on your page. Sometimes these likes, you can get them for a few cents. Sometimes it's going to be 25 cents, 30 cents. They tend to be more expensive these days, and so that's one of the reasons we just don't run a whole lot of them anymore. But they are necessary to get started. All right, guys, have fun.